I just want to talk about my 2-week experience with the PlayStation 4 and what Crash Bandicoot has been like. So, I've had the PS4 now for literally 2 weeks at the time of recording this video. It comes out the day after I record it. And I have to say, it's been an interesting experience. I've used a lot of consoles over the years, and I've used a lot of different revisions of Windows over the years. And I have to say that the PS4 is a bit of not a step back, but a different approach to what I've seen. I never used the PS3, so I have no idea what it was like to use that interface. And I'm not knocking it, because I don't like the Xbox One's interface better either, but it doesn't feel easy to navigate, in my opinion. Jumping from trophies to my downloads to the store, it just feels like I have to navigate through this convoluted system of menus, and I'm just not a big fan of that. Also, something is wrong with their servers, and I'm not 100% sure what it is. It's not my internet connection, because I can do similar downloads in the Xbox One and have them done in a matter of minutes, whereas when I wanted to play Uncharted 4, there was a patch to download for it, and it was 2 or 3 gigabytes in size, which, is fine, but it took 2 hours to download. And I read some stuff that said put the PS4 in rest mode, and it'll download a hell of a lot faster than it is right now. And it didn't. In fact, it downloaded at the exact same rate. It made zero difference whatsoever. So I don't understand what's up with that. But I downloaded something a few days later. I downloaded the PS2 Classic San Andreas, and it was like 3 or 4 gigs, something like that, and I had it done in like 20 minutes. So that I don't understand what's going on there, but something isn't exactly right. Now, other than that, the experience has been, for the most part, a pleasant one. I played through the entirety of the Uncharted 4 story. I didn't play any of the online because, I just don't have PS Plus, and quite frankly, I don't feel like paying, 70 or 80 Canadian dollars a year to keep it up. So it's another online service that I'm probably never going to use. I barely use Xbox Live, and I pay for that. So it wasn't something that made me think, I gotta go out and get that right away. And it's been a while since I've used a DualShock controller. So the DualShock 4 is actually the first DualShock I've used since my original DualShock 1s. And compared to the Xbox controller, this guy, the thumbsticks bother me a bit. They don't bother me terribly, but when I'm, maneuvering around places, if I can get it in scene, when I'm maneuvering around, my left thumb doesn't feel as naturally placed as when I'm playing with the Xbox controller. My hands feel like they're in the right place. They feel natural, and they're comfortable, which enables me to play for an extended period of time. Whereas when I pick up a DualShock 4, my thumb on my left hand, my right hand feels fine because it's in the same position it would have been on the Xbox controller. But my left thumb sort of just gets tired after an extended period of play. And I'm not knocking that. That's because I had no problem with the DualShock 1 way back in the day. I think it's just muscle memory at this point, because I've had the original Xbox, I've had the Xbox 360, I've had the Xbox One, and they've all followed a similar controller design. And to go to that and then back to the DualShock after 3 similar controllers, it just didn't feel natural. Now, Crash Bandicoot, the Insane Trilogy, the main reason I bought a PS4. It's amazing. And it's hard. I remember it being a challenge. And I wouldn't call it Souls-like, as some people have been going around saying, but it feels different. And it's been a while since I've played the original trilogy in their original fashion, because I deliberately did that to say, hey, I want to play this game, but I don't want to judge it against their original counterparts right away. So I was hesitant to play the originals. Just so that I wouldn't go in to this and then negatively criticize it. And I wouldn't negatively criticize this. I would say this is probably one of the best games of the year. It's probably one of the most faithful recreations of a game I have ever seen. And the fact that it makes it that it's so hard makes it that much more rewarding when you complete it. I haven't completed any of the 3 games. I'm about halfway in 2 and 3. I kind of put 1 on the back burner for a while, even though that was the one that I originally played way back when. I had 1 and 2. So 3 is the one I have the least amount of nostalgia for. But I put 1 on the back burner just because the jumping is just not what it used to be, and it's been confirmed by Vicarious Visions that the minute you let go of the X button, you fall faster than you did in the original game. So they recommend you start with 2 and 3 just to get used to the jumping mechanics, because they're more closely accurate to what they were. And all of that aside, I'm having a lot of fun with it. I curse and swear at it a lot because it's a damn hard game. It was a damn hard game, but it's still fun, and it's still an enjoyable experience, and it's still something that, you know, is something that I can pick up and play anytime. And the levels feel just as good as they did back in the 90s. The game just... I see people criticizing the game because it doesn't... You know, certain cutscenes, they don't follow what they were. Certain animations aren't like they were. That wasn't like it was. And it's like, I really don't care about that. What I care about at the end of the day is playing this game from my childhood that I can't seem to play on the PS4 without it anyway, because they decided to get rid of backwards compatibility with PS1 games, which has been there in every other Sony console, because that made sense. But it's just, regardless of whether or not it's a 1-to-1, I do not care if it's a 1-to-1. What matters is a little bit of nostalgia, because everyone loves nostalgia, and that's probably why this game sells so damn well. And 2, it's that gameplay style that we haven't seen in a long time. You know, we have platformers, yes, but no one's really tried to do something as close to what this is in recent times, because they feel it's been out, it's been done. It's don't try that again. It's an old thing and be beating a dead horse, and it's selling well shows that people just want more of it. So I kind of want to see a new Crash game. I think it's time, but I don't think it's time for a new Crash of the Titans or a Mind Over Mutant or even the Tag Team Racing, even though that was actually a pretty good game. I played a lot of that on the original Xbox. I think it's time for a new Crash game that is literally a platformer like these games were. Similar to Wrath of Cortex on the original Xbox, PlayStation, and GameCube. We need something new, but old, if that makes any sense. And a step in the right direction would be a Spyro Trilogy remaster. That would sell well as well. Anyway, that's going to do it for me on this video. If you did enjoy it, please consider hitting that subscribe button if you aren't already subscribed. Also, make sure to hit that like button over and over and over again. And I will see you in the next video.